Hello, I'm Taryn, and welcome to my channel. Um, Today I wanted to talk about two films, actually. So I had kind of an avant-garde film day. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. Where we watched DogStarMan by Stan Brakhage. As I was moving ahead, I occasionally saw brief glimpses of beauty by I forget his name, but he was actually the cinematographer of all of Andy Warhol's films, which was pretty cool. And then we actually watched Fando Wellis, which was the first film by Alejandro Jodorowsky, who's one of my favorite filmmakers of all time. I don't think I'll talk about Fando Wellis here. I think I'll talk about DogStarMan, and as I was moving ahead, I occasionally saw brief glimpses of beauty. Because there's not really a lot to say about either of them, but I have some things to say that I really like to get off my chest. So, DogStarMan, interesting film. Put simply, I don't think it's meant to be watched as a film. I think DogStarMan is meant to be a. I haven't looked this up, but from what I gather, it seems to be kind of one of those things where they project it on a wall in an art gallery. You kind of walk into the room and sit there for 30 seconds or to 5 minutes and go, cool, that's a vibe, and then you go fuck off. We sat, me and my buddies, we sat down and we watched the whole hour and a half. It is a silent film, like entirely, like actually silent. Like there's not even like there's no audio. So we actually just put on the sound of an ambient projector just to feel like we gave it life or something. And my introduction to Stan Brakhage was actually the movie Mothlight. I really enjoyed that one. It's just he seemed to take the wings of a moth and tape them to different film strips and then shine light to them and just kind of see the abstract shapes that come through. And that really fascinates me. I love texture and I love film and I love that kind of thing. So I wanted to watch his feature. DogStarMan is a kind of an anthology movie, if you want to call it that. It seems to be cut up. It's officially cut up into certain acts or chapters, and it was filmed as multiple short films. I think 4 or 5 short films, and but they're all kind of the same thing. They're just abstract textures and everything. And honestly, I had a really good time. If I may suggest anything, during the kind of climax of the movie, if you want to call it that, we put on the Beatles' Revolution 9 as a joke. Silent film, right? And actually, it really made it deeply emotional. I wish I could tell you the timestamp. I don't know. But just kind of around where Stan Brakhage is trudging up the mountain and there's just the textures and all this stuff. And we put on Revolution 9 and it's like, oh my god, this is fucking awesome. The film kind of makes me think of life. I don't know. I apologize for all the jump cuts. I'm not very comfortable talking to the camera yet, but I'm working on it. I'm hoping to make this a series and eventually I'll figure it out, get comfortable. But no, anyway, yeah, so Stan Brakhage, I love the look. I just love the editing of it. I love the jump cuts. I love the flashes of film. I love when light leaks through film. I love the extremely textured close-ups of things. It makes you. I find textured close-ups really capture the essence of things better than is what is traditionally done in film. I think the master of this right now is Luca Guadagnino. So far, I've only seen Call Me by Your Name and Suspiria, but both of those films, oh my god, such textured, incredible close-ups that really make you feel. I mean, just as an example, there's a scene in Call Me by Your Name where they're kind of rubbing the bike that they're about to ride, and then they ride a bike. Now, in the script, they're just cut to riding a bike. Luca Guadagnino deliberately adds that kind of textured close-up of rubbing the bike so that you feel like you're touching it. I always think that's incredible. This is a much more abstract form of it, of course. I mean, you got close-ups of trees, you got close-ups of just snow and frost and all that stuff, but it kind of reminds you of, I don't know, in some way it almost reminds you of memories of being like a toddler. I don't know how many of you kind of remember being a toddler, but what I remember of it, it's just fractions, it's snippets, and it's textures, and it's scents, and it's kind of just like, it's a hodgepodge of experience, you know? Because your body, you know, because your brain hadn't created context for anything yet, so it's just visuals. And it's cool. It's a really cool thing to just look at the texture of life and feel it. In that way, I really enjoyed DogStarMan. Would I suggest it to anyone? I mean, I don't know. Think for yourself as to what you'd like to do with it, because I mean, I don't know. It's an hour and a half of pure abstraction with no sound. Maybe if you want to try, I don't know, listen to Dark Side of the Moon or something. I don't know. That might be a fun time. It'd probably give like you a unique perspective. Now, the next movie I really, but that's pretty much all I want to talk about with DogStarMan. It's not a heck of a lot to talk about. But then there's a movie called As I Was Moving Ahead. I occasionally saw brief glimpses of beauty. So as I mentioned, it was done by the cinematographer of Andy Warhol. I went into it not knowing that, actually. I saw this unique documentary footage and I really wanted to do it. So my history with this one actually was I was hired to edit a movie called The Backwoods Tapes, which is a found footage film. And I'll be honest, I'm just not really into found footage cinema that much. So I was just trying to figure out ways that I could make it more entertaining for myself. And when I stumbled upon this documentary, which is, again, it's edited through this really cool, like, they're close-ups and they're boom 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 and like the like light leaks, those kind of blips that comes from a wide to a close-up, in out, all these kind of things. And I just like the editing style a lot. It's really entertaining to me. It makes me feel something. And then I looked up how long it was. Holy Mother of God. It was 4 hours and 48 minutes. I was like, oh God. I'm so thankful I have friends who for some reason watch this with me. If I tell this to anyone else, they're like, why would you torture yourself like this? But we just enjoy it. I really love it. It's great. For those who don't know, the co-owner of this channel and our company is Bowen, and yeah, he'll watch anything. I love it. It's great. So anyway, brief glimpses of beauty, put simply, is just home video footage from like probably 1950 something to 1980 something. This man has all this home video footage throughout his life. He just put it together and he narrates over it, kind of. The movie is narrated really poorly. It's funny, like, the lo-finess adds something to me. It sounds like he recorded it in a tin can. It's awful. And apparently he's like a philosopher. You wouldn't know. He doesn't really say anything that interesting about this footage. He just kind of says vague, like, yes, I love life sometimes. It's just not really that profound. But that's what makes it profound. So again, I went in this not knowing who this guy was, and I actually thought he was some Italian guy. That's what the movie kind of gives. It kind of gives the recollected accounts of like an old Italian man who's smoking and talking about the beauty of the simple life. But it's not. It's quite a famous avant-garde filmmaker in New York. And it kind of creates a weird juxtaposition that way, at least for me. I don't know if anyone else gets that vibe, but I really did. And I'm not gonna lie to you, the first hour of this film, I started to cry. There's a part where he starts talking about the fleeting moments of reality and how, like, those are what real life is. Life is not a film, it's not a story, it's this, something like that. And I started to cry, and honestly, the first 2 hours of the movie, I was so taken. I had my hand right here. I was really feeling the emotion of it. Then about the third hour, I was like, Oh, fuck. I'm starting to get a little bored. Nothing really changes. It's very old. I mean, again, he didn't edit this movie really. He just put it down. He just put like literally every. I don't even think it's chronological if I remember. It's all a clusterfuck in my head now. Like it becomes a memory. It's very interesting. It becomes a memory of what a memory looks like. Maybe that's pretentious to say, but I really feel that about the movie. It's a great time. I liked it. Um, but then around the fourth hour again, which sounds well, no, probably because it's 4 hours and 48 minutes. Around the when the movie has like an hour left, I kind of was like locked in again. I was like, okay, there's only an hour left. Let's get back in, and I had a profoundly wonderful experience. All in all, I think the movie could have been shorter. I don't think anything would have really taken away from the film if it was like 2.5 hours instead of four and a half. Um, but I had a profound experience with it. I'm not even joking when I say I would give this movie like a 9. It's too long to give a 9. I think 8.5 out of 10 would be my official rating if you wanted to give it one. DogStarMan I'd probably give like a 8 out of 10. Again, I don't. It kept me entertained, but it doesn't give you a hell of a lot. But I do love the texture of it. So that's my review of the two films. If you're interested in Fando Wylise, I'll probably do a review of that one a little bit separately. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.